If you're building a smart home, you eventually have to choose between two entirely different philosophies. You have Home Assistant, the open source tinkerer's dream, and you have Homey, the premium plug-and-play hub that wants to be the Apple of the smart home world. It's a tale of two ideals. Both are incredibly polished, but after living with both of these systems for the last 2 years, I realized that one of these platforms is hiding a massive brick wall. Today, we're doing a completely honest comparison to find out which one you should actually choose. Let's give it. Before we talk about features, we have to look at the tail of the tape. How do you actually get these systems running in your home? With Home Assistant, you have pre-built plug-and-play options like the Home Assistant Green here, but its real superpower is that you can run it on practically anything. You can install it on an old PC, a Mac, a dedicated mini PC, a Raspberry Pi, the list goes on. Homey, on the other hand, relies heavily on their beautiful hardware lineup. You have the Homey Bridge, which is really just a cloud-connected antenna, the new Homey Pro Mini for smaller homes, and the flagship Homey Pro. Recently, Homey introduced a self-hosted software option, meaning you can now run Homey directly on a PC or a Mac, just like Home Assistant. But there's a catch, because your Mac or PC doesn't have a Zigbee or Z-Wave antenna built in. Right now, you basically have to buy a Homey Bridge to act as an antenna. It does sound like there's some really complex workarounds, but Home Assistant lets you just plug in one of these USB dongles or their new antenna. But once you actually have the system running, I have to give credit where it's due. Homey's dashboard system is incredibly impressive. It is easy to use, yet surprisingly full-featured. People in your home will love the fact that they can personalize their own dashboard on their phone, plus access dashboards on tablets and more. But the absolute crown jewel of Homey is their automation engine. It's called Advanced Flows. The Advanced Flows system is nothing short of brilliant. It gives you this visual drag and drop canvas where you can build incredibly complex logic without needing a degree in computer science. It bridges the gap perfectly, and it's vastly more intuitive than Home Assistant's default automation builder, and honestly, it's even cleaner than their visual flow systems like Node-RED. But the best part? Homey's advanced flows are just as powerful as anything Home Assistant users can make. If you are buying into the Homey ecosystem, this feature alone is the reason why many people do it. The other web-based interfaces, the app, and even the Homey web store all make it so easy and so intuitive to use their system. It truly feels like Apple built a lot of their interfaces, but honestly, Apple wishes they had this stuff in HomeKit. Because Homey's interface is so good, they're now trying to attract hardcore power users. They've recently added a Python SDK so developers can write custom scripts, and they've also added RTSP camera integration so you can view local streams right on your dashboard. I even tested their integration with Frigate, meaning both Homey and Home Assistant can now use local AI to process your camera feeds and trigger automations based on what's happening around your home. So with Python scripts and advanced flows, you would think Homey is the ultimate automation machine, but here's where things get a little weird. Even with all those tools, setting up these complex automations is actually easier on Home Assistant. Why? Because of the Home Assistant community. With Home Assistant, you don't have to write custom code or build complex logic from scratch. Instead, you can just use blueprints or literally copy and paste a block of code from a forum or a web page right into the automation builder screen, and you're done. So Homey gives you the beautiful blank canvas, but Home Assistant gives you the Game Genie cheat codes to just download someone else's masterpiece. You're looking for the best hub, but you should pair it with the best robot vacuum and mop I've ever used, the Narwhal Flow 2, today's video sponsor. The Flow 2 has a world-class mopping system that cleans any mess easily. It uses a rolling track mop that can extend extend out to get along edges. Apply 12 newtons of force to your floor to push just like a human, and the mop can clean itself while cleaning the floor. It makes jobs like this look easy every time, and when it's done, it returns to the base station for a deep clean with hot water up to 113 degrees. It's the smartest vacuum and mop I've ever seen, with its super brain called Narmind Pro. That brain, combined with dual RGB cameras and one of the best navigation systems around, lets Flow 2 see everything on your floor, identify it, and then never get stuck. It makes a map of your home all by itself, knows when it's on different kinds of flooring, and then adjusts how it cleans on each surface, even making sure that it doesn't get your carpets wet. It also has a voice assistant, so you can just tell it what to do. Increase suction power.
Okay. Suction adjusted.
The Flow 2 boasts an incredible 30,000 pascals of suction power, making short work of messes like this. Now, it's so smart that Narwhal has included pet playtime mode and pet find features for your favorite little friend, and for babies, the Flow 2's baby care mode means it gets ultra quiet around cribs, stays off play mats. Check the links below to get the best robot for your home. But before we get to that massive brick wall I mentioned in the intro, we have to talk about the devices you're actually automating. Now, both of these platforms have deep roots in Europe. Atham, the company behind Homey, is based in the Netherlands, but because of that, Homey is still playing catch up with device support here in North America. Now, when it comes to pure compatibility, Home Assistant is leagues ahead. Not only does it support way more brands, but it exposes more entities and automation triggers within those brands, at least typically. And if a new smart home product launches today, the Home Assistant community usually has it integrated by tomorrow. With Homey, you might be waiting months for an official app to hit their store, or finding that the app only supports basic controls. But here's the real kicker. Even if Homey did suddenly support every single device and brand in your house, you probably couldn't install them all anyway. Because of how Homey is engineered, the way it works is every integration you install, whether it's Hue or Spotify or the weather or Tuya, they all run as their own isolated app. This is really great for stability. It means very reliable, but it eats your RAM like Pac-Man. My Homey Pro sitting right here is from 2023. It only has 2 gigabytes of memory. And as I installed more apps to deal with different devices, my memory completely filled up. I literally could not install the next app I wanted, and I've hit this brick wall twice. To be totally fair, Atham did just release the 2026 version of the Homey Pro, which bumps that RAM up to 4 gigs. And actually, their self-hosted option instantly installed to 4 gigs of RAM on my system. But the fundamental architectural limit remains exactly the same, no matter what you're using. And if you're looking at the cheaper Homey Pro Mini, this only has 1 gig of RAM, meaning it has a much smaller amount of apps that you can install before it chokes. By comparison, I haven't hit this limit with Home Assistant Green, and I honestly had concerns that I would hit some very real limits with this platform. As of yet, nothing. Now here's the real scalability trap. Even though Homey now offers that self-hosted option, it still forces you into their hardware ecosystem. To use it, you have to pay a licensing fee, and because your computer doesn't have smart home radios in it, you're forced to buy a Homey bridge just to get your Zigbee and Z-Wave networks online. And it gets worse. When I hit that RAM limit on my Homey Pro, I thought I could just plug in this Homey Pro Mini sitting here, and then I could share the load. You cannot bridge multiple Homey hubs or a hub and a self-hosted instance together at all. With Homey, you're stuck with a single brain. This is why Home Assistant ends up winning the end game for power users. You can put Home Assistant on anything, so you're never bottlenecked by proprietary plastic. If you want to run your smart home on a 64 gig PC or Mac, you can do that. To get your radios working, you plug in one of these dongles or one of their new radios. And if you need to span a massive property, Home Assistant has built-in tools to link multiple instances together, making it infinitely expandable. Is it a completely simple installation process with Home Assistant? No. When you work with it, there are moments where you're going to end up having to roll up your sleeves and do some real work. But the big point here is that it is possible. That level of absolute freedom just isn't possible with Homey today. If you want the absolute best automation builder on the market and a premium, beautiful interface that works out of the box, Homey's incredible. Just be aware of your device limits. Now, I'm running 100 devices on this easily, but I couldn't run 100 apps on my hub, and I can't expand much more. But if you have a massive home or you want a system where the only limit is the hardware you choose to run it on, then Home Assistant is the undisputed king. They've done so much work to make their tools and systems better because of their big community. It just seems now like no one can catch up. But that verdict doesn't mean Home Assistant is the right system for you. In fact, a lot of people will be happy with Homey or some of the other systems that we talk about in our Smart Home 101 series, where we walk through in a very detailed way how you can build a proper smart home. So check that playlist out right there. Otherwise, thanks for watching today, and of course, live smart.